But I think that one of the mistakes I made while growing up, that if I had the opportunity to advise my younger self, I'm going to talk to it about this, is actually entering relationship when I wasn't ready for this. I believe that when we were smaller, we were being taught about all of these things, but we never listened anyways. So I've actually started this story, so I think I'm going to complete it. Are you ready for my story? I think that was when I was in SS3. No, I was already done with SS3, or about to, because I was this COVID-19 set. So we wrote work around November instead of July. So in my mind, I already programmed it that I was done with secondary school. So I had this clique of friends who we agreed that you are ready for relationship when you are done with secondary school. And I still believe that even in today's world, there are people who still have that mindset that you are ready for a relationship at a certain age or at a certain level, maybe when you're in university and all of those things. So I had that kind of friend. So we agreed that we are going to date when you are done with secondary school. So to my mind, just like I said, so there was this person who asked me out and I accepted, and he was actually everything I was actually looking for. Anyways, and I think that was one of the reasons why I accepted the guy. So we started dating, and one of the reasons why I'm saying this is because it actually took my time. Relationship was really expensive. Like, it was really expensive. It can be very time consuming. It took my time. I can remember one of the days when we were speaking. I was speaking with this guy from the early hours of around that 8 to 9 in the night to around 5 a.m. in the morning. Like, when I was done, I got very much exhausted, and when I went to school the next day, I was really tired. Like, I was tired. So that was one of the things that I said to myself, Kai, and the problem was, what were we even talking about? And you will find out that I think that day we were like, have you eaten? How was your day? Hope nobody looked for your trouble. What did you save my number with? Me, I asked him what he saved my number with. He saved my number with my princess, and I saved his own in turn with my prince. So funny me. So one thing that stood out in this time was that time that it consumed for me. Imagine I used that hours to do something, to build capacity, to discover purpose, to read books, to do something reasonable with my life. And imagine, remember I told you that I was an AYE candidate as of that time. So it really took my time, that sometimes when I remember the thing that it costed me at that time, and even the lies that I had to tell just to cover up, oh God, that's a long one anyways, just to cover up for those things, I would just tell myself that one thing that I will advise to my younger self is never to enter into something that you've not built the capacity and that you are not ready for. Because I am certain I wasn't ready for a relationship at that time. Because just like I said, I discovered that relationship was actually expensive. Because it's expensive, because your emotions had to go into that. You get to think about somebody. You get to be there for somebody. You get to even... Sometimes you are disappointed by this person. Sometimes this person, my God, you get to worry about somebody. And before you know it, your emotions get to be tied up to something that doesn't even have a future in it for you. So looking back at time, I discovered that I didn't actually need a relationship at that time. I needed to build a system around myself for growth and not a relationship. So this is my advice to my younger self. Don't get into a relationship out of peer pressure, because I could remember that one of the major reasons for this was peer pressure. Peer pressure, my God. Imagine being in a class where it's only you that didn't have a boyfriend. Oh my God. So I will advise my younger self to spend time to discover yourself, spend time to build capacity, spend time to invest in things, read books, invest in things that can actually help your life, and not be in some kind of relationship that will waste your time and still not end up into something meaningful. Because look at me today now. I didn't get to marry the person.